Mr. Cash, Mr. Cash, may I suggest you refrain from playing any more tunes that may remind the inmates that they are in prison? You think they forgot? Perhaps you and your wife could play another spiritual. She's not my wife, Warden. I keep asking her. She keeps saying no. That's a good one. Willy Wonka. Val Kilmer, wow. Men and women cannot be friends. Erroneous. Erroneous. There's Joaquin again. There's my girl. And I'm gonna briefly talk about one of my favorite Kevin Bacon movies, and it is not Footloose, and it is not Tremors, which this reminds me of Tremors. It is not Stir of Echoes, even though I love Stir of Echoes. So what movie could it be? And I'll let you know that nobody is going to guess it. Okay, let me do a couple more here. Oh, Uncle Buck. That's a good one to end with. He's like, yeah, I stopped smoking cigarettes. Now I smoke cigars. So, my favorite Kevin Bacon movie is from 1986 called Quicksilver. And most people have never heard of this, and I totally understand. It was not a big money maker. It does have Kevin Bacon in it. It's got Jamie Gertz. I hope I'm saying that right. Her and her husband actually now own the Atlanta Hawks. So she's doing pretty well. Yeah, she married Tony Resler, and he founded a couple private equity firms, made billions of dollars, billions. And I want to say so many years ago, he purchased the Atlanta Hawks for $850 million. So, yeah. And that's her right there. Not the blonde. The blonde is, I want to say Whitney Kershaw. And she was a singer, besides being an actress. Yeah, so you got this bike messenger, and he's got, like, kind of trying to juggle these two beautiful women, and he's a bike messenger. I mean, what the heck? But no, this is Jamie Gertz. She was in, like, she was in this movie. She was in Lost Boys. She was in Less Than Zero, which was really good. What's his name? The guy that's cleaned up now, and he's Iron Man. And he was in it. He was like a drug addict, and she really loved him, even though they were just like brother, sister type. She was in 16 Candles. And then this guy here, that is Mexican actor, comedian, Paul Rodriguez. He's pretty funny. But no, this film, basically, he's a commodities broker. And even when I was younger, I kind of wondered, like, why the heck is he on the New York Stock Exchange? at the beginning of the movie, and then throughout. There's another scene where he's on the stock exchange floor, but it's actually not the New York Stock Exchange. And I was wondering, like, what the heck, because this whole movie takes place in San Francisco, so it didn't really make sense to me. But he was on the Pacific Coast Stock Exchange, which they had in San Francisco up until about 2003 or 2002. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But basically, he starts off the movie as a commodities broker, and he's kind of a bigwig, making some money. And then he has one horrible day where he loses everything, and he decides, and he feels horrible because he lost his parents' savings as well, and it just really hits him in the gut. And he basically burns out on being a trader, and he goes and becomes a bike messenger, and he's just trying to, like, I guess not have any drama, but he enjoys racing around town on his bike. And then he ends up having to deal with some gangsters and stuff like that. There's some scenes in this though that are really, really, really good, and I am super excited that this is actually available on Blu-ray. This is one of those films I would have never guessed that it is available on Blu-ray, because I'm thinking of getting a Blu-ray player and just start collecting more. I mean, I'll buy a video cassette if it's like something like really, really, interesting. But I mean, I really don't play too many video cassettes anymore. I'll watch Hulu, and every once in a while I'll watch a DVD. But I think as a collector, I would still like to start getting into Blu-ray. And this is one of those films that I'm just shocked that it is available. Maybe because it was made by Columbia Pictures, so maybe that helps. But no, I really like this film. It's basically Kevin Bacon when he's still super young, and he's like has such a mixture of emotions in it, but he's a very humbled guy. And spoiler alert, like there is a really cool scene where he goes back and does some commodity trading, and he's able to like get his dad's money back. And there's just some really cool little scenes like that. He bike races Lawrence Fishburne. I forgot to mention that he's in this. So if you ever want to watch like an old classic 80s movie, this is one that I highly, highly recommend. I've always loved Kevin Bacon, and this is one of those that totally gets lost in his like resume or filmography, and nobody ever brings this one up. But I think it is definitely a classic. So anyways, hope everyone is doing well, and talk at you later.